Plant Bee. Welcome to the Circle of Heka. I'm Lady Amaris. Well, this would be the second instalment of 10 herbs that you can find in your kitchen that you can also use for witchcraft. And this is keeping in with the idea of you don't need those herbs that those exotic herbs, those things that sometimes it's fine to get them on the internet and get them shipped in or whatnot, just to add that little bit of extra sexy boost to your spells. But when you're starting out, you may not have a lot of cash. You may not have access to those types of things, and you can do some of the most successful, potent, powerful spells with some of the things that you find in the kitchen. So let's get started.
So these are in no particular order. So the first one is garlic. Garlic is one of those protection herbs, and just think of, in popular culture, if you want to get rid of vampires, you've got garlic as one of your first go-to choices. So when carried on your person, it will protect you from physical and magical attack. I suppose if it's a bit smelly, no one wants to get around you, so yeah, the physical attack I can understand maybe. Garlic skins are burnt to keep money in the home. It's also used as a quite a potent fumigation for negativity, and a lot of the times that's mixed with onion skins as well. And it helps to alleviate depression, because usually you've got those energies that are around that are depressive energies, and it also helps to divert the evil eye. When it comes to kind of a cleansing or whatnot, garlic can also be used to as a tea. So you can make it into a tea, and then the water would be then put into a bath, and then you would have a bath to again, if you feel that you are under magical attack, then that would be a good thing. Next one we have is ginger. Now, ginger is those herbs that heats things up. It's one of those helper ingredients in many spells. It's used in money spells and love spells mostly, but it is one of those herbs that you can add to any spell just to give it a little bit of oomph, a little bit of heat, just to help push it along a little bit. It's great for, as I said, money. You can put it on your money, on your credit cards, all of those sorts of things, on your wallet. You can also anoint love candles and love charms and whatnot as well. It's believed to help in the success of a spell. So as I said, it gives it a little bit of a heat, helps it along. It shouldn't be the main part of your main component of your spells. As I said, it is a helper herb. Lemon you'll find in lots of places. You usually find it in one of my drinks, but lemons are fantastic. They're great for purifying, they're good for cleansing, and they're used a lot in floor washes. They're used a lot to cut through the dross and to separate fact from fiction, if you will. And yeah, used in floor washes, used in those ways of cutting yourself from old habits, and then being able to freshen up. It's the citrus smell is very refreshing, and it helps to invigorate as well. You can have the dried peel can be used for love sachets, and sachets or little bags, little mojo bags, little bits and pieces. It can be put into bath blends. It's used to, as I said, cleanse yourself, but as I said, when it comes to love, it is that cleansing love. You want to have a love that is good for you. It's not one of those loves that you might love the person, but they're seriously not the right person for you. So Lemons can be used for those sorts of things, and they're also used in protective charms as well. We have orange, another citrus. The orange is to do with the sun, and it is very uplifting and energizing. The smell of orange, the smell of citrus in general, but the smell of orange is very energizing. It helps to generate happiness and joy. So if you have a little bit of depression, a little bit of orange in, say, a potpourri, or just when you have the essential oils and you heat those oils up and have them pervading the space, it just helps to generate an energy of happiness. And it's used for success. Just think anything to do with the sun. The sun is the ultimate. It's gold. It's success. It's about the pinnacle. So it is to do with love and divination, luck, money, house blessings, business blessings, prosperity. So you name it, you put a little bit of orange in there, and yeah, success is guaranteed. The next one we have is salt. Now, none of these are actually herbs per se, but they are things that you can find in your kitchen very easily and can be used with magic. And salt is one of those ones that go hand in hand with witchcraft. You think of witchcraft, and one of the first things you think of is salt. When anyone wants to protect something, it's usually, stand in a ring of salt or something like that, which I think is hilarious. But it is one of those things you automatically think of salt. I think the stand in the ring of salt thing really become popular with the Supernatural series. I'm not too sure, but salt is one of those things that back in the day, as I said, salt was something that was really hard to come by. The Romans would be paid in salt. And you would have the coin the phrase, "Are you worth your salt?" Because it was used as a form of currency because it was so rare. Nowadays, we've got salt in everything, but salt is still seen as something rare, something valued, and it is good for preserving foods. So there's where we get the idea of salt being something that's good. It halts the progress of rotting, which can be seen as something that's not good. So it can be used to preserve a situation. It can be used in ritual baths. It's used in holy water to purify and protect. It's used in lots of protection powders, and it is seen as something that can help to get rid of the unwanted and banish spirits, and just keep you safe. So it is that seen as that being able to keep you in a homeostasis almost, into that you are free of malignancies and rot, and you won't spoil. The next one is sugar. So we've gone from one end of the spectrum to the other almost, especially when it comes to taste. So sugar is pretty much anything that's sweet. It is the good things in life. Things that are seen as sweet are always seen as something that is good and that you want. So it can be used in spells to make someone look a lot kinder on you, and it's like to sweeten them up, sweeten someone up to your ideas, or just to you in general if there's a little bit of friction. It is to sweeten the energy of a home or sweeten the energy of a business. So if you want to change the focus to something that is more uplifting and happy and sweeter, then you would use sugar. But I would would make sure that you don't be too heavy-handed with the sugar, because too much sugar can be sickly sweet. So you then run the risk of putting someone off because you are too nice, if that makes any sense. But it can be used also a lot to attract, obviously, those good things. So if you want a bonus, anything to do with money, anything to do with business and success, sugar is always something that is used, or something sweet in general. Vanilla. Vanilla is used as a calming and a soothing agent. It promotes happiness and a healthy environment. It attracts good fortune, and it enhances the physical energy. So if you want a little bit of oomph, obviously, in a physical way. It can be used to energize and strengthen. Lots of people can carry the vanilla bean for that. It also smells wonderful. And if you place it with sugar, we've talked beforehand, it can help to enhance loving vibrations, and it just enhances that sweeten idea, and is used a lot in love charms. So vanilla and sugar, all of those sorts of things are used and is seen as an aphrodisiac. So it is used in those love spells. It's used mainly because as it relaxes and soothes, it also lulls the senses and lowers the guard. So if you've got someone who is just on guard and isn't someone that you can kind of penetrate their defences, so to speak, you can relax them and then sweeten them up to your side. Sounds very manipulative, but each to their own. But it's used for love spells, lust spells, and anything where you want to just relax someone and let them drop their guard enough to see your point of view. The next we have is nutmeg. Nutmeg is great for luck, matters of luck. It's good for money, health, fidelity. So again, it's great for as we're going on the tangent of love and love spells. It's good for that fidelity of love as well. So it's great to have someone that loves you, but you want to make sure that they're just into you and not everyone else in the street. So that fidelity. It's also used a lot for luck, gambling luck, a lot of the time as well. One of the old ideas, one of the old practices with nutmeg was to bore a hole into the nutmeg and to stick mercury into the nutmeg and then stop it with a little bit of wax or whatever. And then that would be carried, and that would be a charm for good luck in gambling. Now, mercury is not something that you really want to deal with, so it is quite toxic, and it can kind of send you mad. It's the Mad Hatter syndrome, is because mercury was one of the things that were used to make the hats, or to, I'm not too sure exactly, but it was used in the hatting area, whether it was to shine the hats, or I'm not 100% sure. But mercury, it isn't good to handle, so I would stay away from using that kind of charm. But nutmeg is great for money, as I said, great for gambling. So there's no reason why you can't have a nutmeg in your pocket if you are a gambler, or if you have your gambling paraphernalia. I'm not a gambler, so, but your lotto tickets or whatever it is, and you have some nutmeg there, and it'll help with that energy. And so anything to do with money and luck, nutmeg is good for. It's also good for some kind of divination and clairvoyance as well. And I think that's in the vein of the champs, finding out the numbers, being one step ahead, and knowing something that someone else doesn't. Next one we have is cardamom, and again, I think it seems to be a little bit of a theme, but most of these ones seem to be to do with love. And like any herb, you do have herbs that and spices that have many purposes. So cardamom is used a lot in love potions. It's used a lot in love spells. It's to encourage someone to love you. So if you are seeking love, it's to help to promote that. It's also good if you feel that you are not eloquent enough, that you're not able to speak in front of an audience, then having some cardamom will help you to be able to charm your audience, so to speak. And it just, many spells to do with love and lust are the cardamom. But confidence, love, courage, motivation, all of those sorts of things will be used with cardamom. Last but not least, we have star anise. And star anise is one of those herbs that help to energize a spell as well. It's one of those ones that give energy to a spell, helps it to run a little bit faster. It's a little bit of a booster to your spells. Star anise is also good for divination. It's used for love. It's used for giving a little bit of passion to things. It's good for protection. It's great for warding off the evil eye. And it's those ones that, again, used for love, fertility, good luck, happiness. It's used for money. And if you drink a tea of star anise, it helps you to promote a bit of psychic development. So if you drink a little bit of tea with star anise in it, then start working with the tarot cards or whatever your form of divination is. It helps to promote those. Or even if you have a bit of a tea before going to bed, it will help to promote prophetic dreams.
So there you have it, a few more to go in your little bag of tricks of herbs and a few spices and things that you can use in your spellcraft. Keep it simple. You don't need these as exotic things, and it's all about the amount of energy and visualization that you put in. And merry meet, merry part, merry meet again. Blessed be.
If you like this video and want to see more, please click on the links provided. If you think this witchcraft thing may be for you, please subscribe. Blessed be.